Good morning, everyone. We are having a slow morning. Matt is still waking up and I came down to the kitchen to get some vegetable stock started. So this is something I recently started doing. We save all our veggie scraps in a bag in the freezer, and then once that's full, I boil up a pot of water, add the veggie scraps, and turn it into stock. So it's super easy, it's really fun, it's a great way to use up scraps, and we use it all the time in our cooking, so it's nice to stock up the fridge for the week and have it ready to go. So I'm going to get that started, make some coffee, and put a Christmas movie on and start the day. Got scallion ends, garlic and potato peels, pumpkin seeds, onions, I'm trying to think what else I put in here, carrots, celery, mushrooms, like all kinds of things that we just cut the ends off of or we're not going to use or something in a meal when we're chopping up veggies. So it's quite the mix, but the more there is, the more flavor. So I was just reading on this blog called Little Broken, their recipe for vegetable broth, not stock, broth. I think I was calling it stock, but stock is made with bones. So similar concept, but I'm just using veggies. They added a whole bunch of different seasonings. So they added coriander seeds, peppercorns, bay leaves, rosemary, thyme. I think that was it. So I threw all of those in there. And then I was also reading that you can freeze this, which if you know me, or if you don't, you're about to learn. I love to freeze things. I love to prep ahead. So I'll probably take some of this. You can freeze it in like a quart-size bag. You add like 4 cups and you actually freeze it flat because it'll thaw faster, and then obviously it's easier to store. So I might try that, and that way we can pull some from the freezer. It only lasts about a week in the fridge. So if you don't use it up quick enough, obviously it'll go bad. So freezing is a nice way to make it last a little bit longer. This blog post says it will last about 3 months in the freezer, and I feel like we could probably use it up quick enough. I made 12 cups of liquid, so I don't think we'll use 12 cups in a week if I had to guess. Matt's over here making plans for meals for the week. We usually do meal planning on the weekend. He picks out all the recipes, we make a big grocery list, and then we go shopping. And sometimes for the holidays we plan well in advance just so that we can avoid the crowds. Tell us what we're making, Matt.
Tomato soup. I was thinking we could also do some...
Do just like...
toast and or grilled cheese.
You'll eat grilled cheese?
No.
We can make a fancy one with the cheese that you like. Would you have that?
No. So
we're not gonna make grilled cheese then.
Well, we can make a grilled cheese.
Oh, you could have like a panini.
And I could think about it.
A panini. So this is our organized shopping list. We use Google Docs, and we have it organized by category, and we both have access to it. And it's awesome because if Matt is out grocery shopping, I can just add something to the list and tell him to refresh the list, and it helps us like make sure we don't miss anything as we're going through the aisles. So I'm big into organization and like simplifying processes and stuff, so this has been really handy, and we've used this for what, like a couple years now? My return was about 8 cups, so I have 4 cups in here and about 4 cups in here. I guess those vegetables really soak up the water, so I'm going to freeze 4 cups in this gallon bag, and I labeled it, and then I'm going to put 4 cups in the fridge, and we'll use that during the week for dinners. Aside from the Jingle Jangle Tin, this is my #1 favorite holiday snack at Trader Joe's. And Matt and I were just at Costco and I found these, which look identical. They're pretzels, they're covered in, I think, white chocolate and peppermint. So I'm gonna give them a go and report back, because I think this bag is 2 times the size? No, like almost 3 times the size. And I think it was $9.99, and I can't remember off the top of my head what these cost, so I actually don't know if it's cheaper, but I do like the larger size. Let's see what the serving size is. Yep, it's the exact same. Let me focus that. 5 crackers. That's ridiculous. Is this the same? No, a little more calories. We are back from grocery shopping. I got distracted and was helping send gift ideas to people, so Matt put everything away, and we are now going to make homemade pizza with the limited supplies we have left, because I forgot to check for ingredients for that, and then put on another Christmas movie and call it a night. So I will see you in the morning. It is absolutely disgusting outside today. It is rainy and windy and the perfect day to curl up on the couch and watch a movie, but unfortunately it is Monday and we can't do that. So I'm going to pour myself a cup of coffee and get the day started. Hopefully I have a couple hours of focus before lunchtime, and at lunchtime I still have, I don't know if you can see this, just a little bit, I still have some parsley drying in our windows from our garden. So I think it's dried enough now that it'll crumble up nicely, and I want to get that all finished up and put into little baggies so I can check that off. So I'll do that at lunch, and then tonight I'll give you a tour of all of our Christmas trees. I love to see other people's Christmas trees. It's one of my favorite holiday decor items, so I thought it would be fun to give you a little tour. I'm going to pour myself a cup of coffee and I will see you later. Like I have a spotlight above my head. It's because I do the island light bulb is like literally right here, so sorry about that. But I have 2 bunches of parsley left to break down, or I don't know, turn into little spice packets. So basically, as you can hear, it's very dry now. I had it wrapped with a rubber band and just hanging in a bunch of our windows. This was all stuff that I pulled out of the garden before the end of the year. We had sage, oregano, thyme, parsley. I think that might have been it, but I've been using it for the past like month, 2 months, and it's been awesome to just use spices and herbs from our garden. So basically I'm just going to crumble this so it actually is nice and small, and then I divide it up into little plastic bags and label it, and then as we cook and we need parsley, we just sprinkle some in. So this is what it looks like. It obviously still has like some stems in it. So what I do once I get it all kind of like picked off the stems, the big stems, then I go through the bowl and start to weed through and get these little stems out, get any of the leaves that look kind of dead. Like, I don't know if these brown ones have the same kind of flavor, but I try to pick out all this stuff so that I can really break it down and crumble it nice and small before I divide it into the bag. Tonight's dinner is tomato soup with grilled cheese, my favorite. Baby, tell us how the dinner smells. Does it smell good? Excellent. It smells excellent, Mom. I would like one bowl of tomato soup. Pipey, blink if you want tomato soup. Think what was in the kitchen? You guys think what was in the kitchen? Yum. This looks so good. That was delicious, I gotta say. I am not usually the biggest fan of tomato soup. Like, I'll eat it, I like it for dipping, but I rarely just would eat a bowl of tomato soup. But that one was so flavorful and relatively easy to make. I think it would make a really good freezer meal if you made it in bulk and then froze it in small containers. So I think I'm gonna add that one to my lineup. But I did promise a Christmas tree tour, so I'll show you those before I go up to bed, do a little work, and I don't know, watch something on TV before I go to bed. Alright, Christmas tree number 1 has a dead spot. I was wondering why that spot didn't have lights earlier, and I realized one of my strings is out. But this is what we call the memory tree. We put all of our like collected ornaments on there, ornaments from when we were kids, ornaments we get when we go on vacations. So this one's like, it's not the ugly tree, but it's sort of the eclectic tree, we will call it. But this one we put in the family room, and I love it because every time we put the ornaments up, we're just reminded of all these great memories, and this is the room we spend the most time in, so I would say we get to enjoy this one the most. Tree number 2 is super simple, super small. I've had this one for a very long time. I used to use it in my apartments when I didn't have room for a big tree, and now I put it in the kitchen. It's a perfect glow at night or in the morning, and maybe someday I'll get those mini ornaments for it, but for now I kind of like just the lights. This is tree number 3 and probably my favorite. This is my Harry Potter tree, so this is where I put all of my Harry Potter themed ornaments. I usually add 1 or 2 a year. Some of them I hand make or are just things that I feel like would work well with the theme, like the stars or just like sparkly bulbs. I have the burgundy ribbon, which ties into all the other burgundy ribbon. I was thinking maybe I would add the rest of the jewel tones to this, but I kind of just like the burgundy. So it grows and changes a little bit every year, but this year a friend just got me the golden snitch ornament, which is so perfect, and I didn't have a golden snitch, so I'm very excited about that. I'm trying to think of like which one is my favorite. I love the brooms. I got these last year. This one was giving me like dragon egg kind of vibes, even though it's fluffy, or some sort of like magical creature, so I liked that one. Matt gave me these keys last year for Christmas. They're just little keys and they have wings on them. Let's see. I have a set of these, Ron, Harry, and Hermione, and these are like, not vintage, but you can't get them anymore. Matt had them when he was a kid, and that was gifted to me by my mother-in-law, so that was kind of special. Oh, I also love this one. This is a time turner. It was actually a keychain I bought at the Wizarding World in Florida, and I turned it into an ornament. Any other good ones? Oh, of course, the chocolate frog box. It just kind of sits there. It's not really an ornament, but I felt like it was on theme, so I had to add that. Last but not least, tree number 4. It's our little skimpy Charlie Brown looking tree, but this is arguably one of the most special trees and still probably one of my most creative ideas. For our wedding in 2020, instead of having a guest book, we asked all of our guests and even people who couldn't attend the wedding to sign the ceramic star ornaments. So every year we set this tree up in our bedroom and we get to put the ornaments on and remember all of the people who got to share our special day with us. So I absolutely love this tree, and this year I added a whole bunch of random bows. There's not really a color scheme, it was just all the miscellaneous ribbon I had in my little craft bin. So I don't know if I'll do that next year. I kind of like it, but I might go with more of a color theme. I don't know. But this one's so sweet. I love having it in our bedroom. It's something we get to enjoy right before we go to bed. And that is our Christmas tree tour. So I hope you enjoyed. The memory tree and the guest book tree are both from Balsam Hill. They are unlit trees. I usually get unlit because I prefer incandescent lights and I like lighting them myself. I also feel like, well, I worry that if I get the pre-lit trees that the lights might go in a few years and then I have a tree I spent extra money on that doesn't work anyway. So that's my thinking. I know plenty of people who have pre-lit trees and it works just fine. I just, you know, love to make extra work for myself. Anyway, and then the Harry Potter tree is from a company called Fraser Hill Farms. And that one I got on Amazon. It's a little bit hard to find around Christmas because it's such a popular tree. But if you look at the end of summer or early fall, you can usually get it and it's often on sale. So that one's probably my favorite of them all in terms of looking the most like a real tree. It's got more of an organic shape and like the branches vary in length, and of course they have that real look, real feel kind of characteristics. So it has a lot of features going for it that make it look really convincing. So yeah, if you're looking for a tree, Balsam Hill or Fraser Hill Farms, all investments, but for us, you know, I plan to have these for the rest of my life. So to me, it's worth it to have something that I love. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for coming on the Christmas tree tour with me, and I will see you in the morning, or maybe Wednesday, TBD. Hello again. It is Wednesday evening. Can you believe it? It has been a very busy week, but with nothing exciting, just work stuff. Trying to wrap up things before the end of the year. I am about to pack for a weekend in Boston, and I wanted to show you some of the outfits I got to try. I'm going to see the Nutcracker on Friday with a good friend of mine, and we do this every year. It's something I look forward to. We get to get all dressed up and enjoy the city. And of course every year I have to get something to switch up the outfit. I bought some stuff last minute from Abercrombie. I gotta tell ya, I've been pleasantly surprised with Abercrombie over the last several years. I remember Abercrombie from when I was a teenager, and it's completely changed. I especially like their jeans. It's something I've found myself going back to because jeans are always super hard for me to find the right size in, and they always have sales. So if you're looking for something fun, something different, or just want to try a different brand or go back to a brand you used to know, I definitely recommend trying Abercrombie again. Alright, option number one is this fringy number and this sort of like ribbed long sleeve turtleneck top, which I feel I do have a long sleeve turtleneck that's black, but it's more of like a casual shirt, and this one feels a little dressier. But this skirt is to die for. I love it so much. But I will say, I'm super hard on my clothing. I just have to be honest with myself. And I feel like the fringe after a few wears might start to like you know, get like pulls in it or like have wonky lengths. So as much as I love this skirt, I think I'm going to return it. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy spinning in it. Option number 2. Okay, same top, second skirt, which I love, and I think this is the one I'm gonna keep. It's long, it goes all the way down to my ankles, it has this super flattering slit up the side, it is super sparkly, it's high-waisted, it's stretchy, it's comfy, honestly, checks every box in my book. And I think I like this top because it's more fitted, but I do have another top that I want to try and see what it looks like. So this is the second top option. I was thinking like a baggier sweater might pair nicely with a column skirt, but this just isn't the right one. It's not baggy enough, and I can't quite figure out the best way to tuck it. Like maybe it needs to be longer or bulkier, I'm not sure. I like how high up the collar goes because I love to be warm, but the fabric is super itchy. Like it feels soft at first, but then when you wear it for a minute, like your neck starts to itch, so that's just a no-go for me. I got these shoes last year and I really love them. I love a pointed heel, that's usually my go-to. And I love this like sort of subtle strap detail. They're a good height. I prefer a taller heel despite them being super difficult to walk in, but I just prefer that look on me, and I think they'll be perfect, so I'm going to try them on and see. I don't know if you can see them, but I think they look nice. I will say I think having the slit and a little bit of like my ankle exposed is nice because it just breaks up the all black. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with these. And then I did actually grab this black dress coat from Abercrombie when I placed my order. I wanted to give it a try because I'm always looking for a dress coat that's a little bit bigger and bulkier that will fit like bigger sleeves or longer dresses or skirts, and it was on super sale, so I figured I'd give it a go. It has buttons like right here, so you can button it here, but if I button it there, it's very wide. So I think the way I would wear it is more like a robe, and it has a belt, so I would just like tie that however I would tie a belt. I do like it. It's very comfortable. There's room to like wiggle around, and I feel like I could wear a bulky sweater or dress underneath it. It has this interesting like collar detail. So if you pop the collar, it's got this little belt that you like button and put across. But the collar comes up to like the middle of my head. So I feel like it just wouldn't be very comfortable unless I was absolutely freezing. So I don't know, I probably wouldn't even use that. I would just sort of wrap it nice and tight up by my neck. That concludes the fashion portion of this week's vlog. You're sitting there wondering, Molly, what kind of vlog is this? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it would be fun to share just what I'm doing on the regular because I'm not always working on projects and making progress as quickly as people like to see. So I wanted to share more of what I love, which is makeup and lifestyle and beauty and projects and my home, my dogs, and you know, exploring around New England. So hopefully you like it, and if not, that is a-okay.